Okay, first on say all praises, glory, now to see how about Shimei Shai about Shimgakadash. I get double honor to apostle to teach you great medicine with my learning the truth, now say Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm gonna turn this on the scripture here in Lamentations 4 and 1. And I literally cut like 30 seconds ago just had an encounter with a Jake out here doing my laundry or whatnot. And where I go to do my laundry, it's cheaper, but it's in a fucked up area. I mean fucked up. But I was just thinking about the state of our people, and like everything is coming to a head. Like everything is going down the drain anyway. Right? No matter how people try to dress the shit up, no matter how people try to party or ignore it, everything is going down the fucking drain. And there was a point where you would have people that would say that things are going down the drain and things were good enough to where people could ignore it. Now it's not like that anymore. Now there are truths and things that people have to confront. There are things that people have, like it's now something that people have to face. It's not something like you could just brush it off like back then. Going to the end of the world. Like what in factors going into that, inflation, price rises. I just looked at some posts. Yeah, it was a video where the dude was talking about how you had people that now they have to work like 100 hours, at a fucking minimum wage job to just to make it, just to survive. You gotta have a good paying job just to survive. A couple decades ago, you had people that could make $25 an hour and they were living good. Now, you got people that have to work 60, 70, 80 hours because everything is going up. Quality, the product, the actual quality of products have decreased, but the price of the products have increased. The quality of life is decreased, but the price you have to pay for that decrease in life is increased. There's Jake, literally just walked by and nigga asked me if I wanted, he had a bag of shit like cookies and food and shit, and dude asked me if I wanted to buy it. And our people, going to the kingdom, our people are going to be restored back, cause and when you go into nigga culture, gang culture, you like y'all know what it's like in the hood. I'm sure if y'all haven't grown up in the hood, you've seen videos on YouTube of how busted up our people are. And something that one of the older brothers in the camp mentioned a couple weeks ago is how some of the benefits, some of the things we should be looking for. No, I'm not gonna quote it, but some of the things we should be one of the things we should be looking looking forward to the most is not spiritual power, not getting multiple women, but to be right and to be 100% in one mind with our God. To get right, to get back in league with our God. Because we reneged on the contract first. Well, not even first. We reneged on the contract. And going into that, just having our people have their minds back, because this is like you have a lot of younger Jakes. There is one Jake who woman I was talking to knew him, and she talked about how when he was younger in high school, he was in sports. He had dude had his whole life set from what he got strung out on drugs and all that shit went down the drain. Now the dude's walking the streets. You have another Jake that like dude just walked up to me, asked me to buy a fucking grocery bag of cookies and shit for $7. Nigga said so he can wash his laundry. I ain't seen any. What laundry, my nigga? He wasn't holding the basket. But that's what our people are reduced to. There's also this video. What's that nigga Charleston White? Y'all know that. Y'all know that loudmouth nigga. But he was having some type of back and forth with some little young Jakes, and he was talking about somebody. I think he said some shit about King Von or some shit. I think that nigga's a rapper. I don't fucking know any of these niggas are. But the dude said keep King Von's name out your mouth, and then he said, and if I don't, and then the little young Jake pretty much threatened him. Now this is over the phone. Now this dude was in Chicago, and when this happened, Charleston White was in was in Texas, not Florida. He was in Texas. And he said, we gonna pull up. And they have people in the comments saying, pull up with what? Because he already know, like, these little young niggas, man, all they do is walk the streets and shoot, kill, and murder. They don't have a house. They don't have their own house. They don't have their own car. So, people in the comments like, where he gonna pull up with? Niggas saying, he can't go past the block or the city limits. Making a joke about how you got, the little young niggas be having what's that, ankle bracelets and tethers and shit. But this is a condition that our people have been reduced to. And once again, what makes it worse is that they destroy each other. This is Lamentations 4:1. And how was the gold become dim? And one of the things you should, as Israelites, whether once again, our people are suffering. They're niggas. And there is, even in your suffering, like even when you go into like history, even in our suffering, the Lord has made heathen kings, do beneficial shit for us. With I think it was with Nehemiah and Cyrus when he allowed them to rebuild the temple. That being an example, you had with Esther and what was that nigga's name? I think was it Ahasuerus, but it was in the Persian captivity where that order was given to I think it was, if I remember correctly, order given to pretty much slaughter the Israelites. I forgot the specifics of it, but I know there was an order given that was to slaughter our people, and Esther pretty much had the king renege on the order. Mordecai got Esther to, go to the king and he reneged on the order. I want to say to lighten up, to give our people higher positions and, in different captivities. And even now, because you have a lot of Jake that are making money all kinds of ways. But, once again, those are some benefits that the Lord will even provide us even in captivity. Because the Lord could have still had us in hardcore slavery just with getting literally beat into submission with nothing. But the thing that we should be looking forward to is us being right with our power, and that entails our people, having their minds back. Because one of the curses our people will be smitten with madness. They would be stupid, evil eye towards their brother. That's why as a people we get, we're not going to get anywhere. Sure, you have a couple of rich niggas that stand out here and there, but as a people like that, see, it doesn't matter if you have a couple of rich niggas here and there, because the world it's an international, it's competition between nations, right? So you can have a couple of rich niggas that stand out here and there and that move out the hood, but they can't do anything on their own. They can't build up an economy or some type of a society that will benefit their people by themselves with their own money. So what with our people, the Lord coming back to bring our people together. That's why you're gonna have 144,000. They're gonna go. They're going to be in one mind with one mission. To take the heathen into captivity and to build up our kingdom. Lamentations 4:1. What there's a scripture said, "Kingdom divided can't stand." You see that with America. How's the gold become dim? How's the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. And going down, the precious, and what says, how's the gold become dim? The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how they esteemed as earthen pictures, the work of the hands of the potter. And what the value, and you know, that's why you have a lot of women, a lot of especially Israelite women that will look at, they will say, you know, niggas ain't shit. And even you know what's funny, they themselves are useless. The majority of the Israelite women, so-called black, Mexican, Native American women, are completely fucking useless. They're only really useful for one thing: sticking and kicking. That's it. That's literally it. You know, like, woman's supposed to be a help me. But even these men, like, once again, you have young, able Jakes that aren't even trying. You know, like, it's one thing if you're out here, you know, you're working and you know you're busting your ass and you're trying to do something. You're trying to make something of yourself. As much as you can, you know, take care of shit. You know, get shit done. But you got these niggas that just say, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna sell. Well, not me, a fucking course, but you know, fuck that. They're just gonna sell drugs, or they're gonna kill. You know, they're not gonna try. Like, once again, is it difficult? Yeah, and they you know they consider the business, you know, a fast money lifestyle business, but just as fast as you get the money, it leaves you just as fast. And like little bro, like, once again, Jake grew up in fucked up conditions under fucking Stendhal. Most of the members of my family, not my immediate family, cousins, uncles, aunts, damn near all of them have been in prison for that. At least at least all, and I grew up around them. At least all, damn near all of them have been in prison for different, like, damn near every different crime under the sun, save for like genocide and, you know, crazy shit like that. They've done it, and I grew up around them. So, you know, like, what, and I could have been influenced by that shit. I saw, you know, but you know, you got Jake that grow up around, and some have had their hands deeper in it than others. You know, some motherfuckers grew up, you know, seeing people get killed right in front of them. I haven't. But either way, when you grow up, you have the ability to make conscious decisions. Once again, your environment does play a factor in shaping you, but that doesn't change the fact that you have internet, you have, you know, the ability to make conscious fucking decisions. And on some level, everybody knows what's right or wrong, and the majority of niggas and niggettes decide to be useless fucking animals, especially these women, these OnlyFan whores. They decide to be useless animals. Mindless fucking beasts. Like Scripture said, they're brute beasts meant to be destroyed. They have no use. And there are jobs that are hot. You know, once again, there are jobs that are hiring. Once again, working is it shitty? No fucking doubt. But it will get you somewhere. You know, you got niggas that, you know, don't want to keep a job. You know, that you know, late all the fucking time. You know, not doing the decent. Not even doing your fucking job. But I mention that, why? Because like what it says, the gold become dim. The quality of our people it's through it. I would say it's in the toilet, but it's in the fucking sewer. Further, whatever's below that is further than that. A bunch of scumbag niggas. And like the scripture said, they love to have it so. And one of the things you look forward to is the Lord, you know, like, you know, going to how Zechariah 13:8 talk about how he like his goal, his men to find gold. He's going to try them in the fire and purify them. You know, we should be looking. You know, our people should be looking towards being purified, towards being clean, because that's another thing. A lot of niggas know that they're evil. They know that what they're doing is wrong. Once again, if not consciously, then subconsciously, on some level, they know what they're doing is fucking wrong. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pictures, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters grow out the breasts they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my peoples become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. And you have what? A lot of these women have children for whatever, especially the nigger woman, for whatever reason, for money, to get back at the father because he left her ass. They'll extract money. They'll hurt the child. They'll have another nigga around the child. They'll do shit to the kid. You already know. I'm gonna jump around here. The punishment of iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom that was overthrown is in a moment and no hand stayed on her. So what? Sodom and Gomorrah, them niggas was fucking nuked out, but it was momentary. But the punishment that our people went through, once again, it's a slavery. It was a drawn out fucking process that have broken our people down. And there's a punishment. Yes, but they've clung unto, once again, Stockholm Syndrome. They've clung unto the death culture that's developed. And the only reason they developed, the only reason black culture is even the fucking thing is because our people had nothing else to grasp onto. So they pieced together whatever shit they could and called it the culture. Which it really isn't a culture. Like all this slang and all these weird ass, like there's one, I think it was a brother that brought out how our people have changed, their names. You had like Afro-American, African-American, Negro. You had all of these different, racial type of terms that our people have been calling themselves over the decades. No other nation on the earth has done that. White people have always called themselves white, Caucasian. I can't even think of a fucking of a name that they would call themselves. But yeah, our people, they'll call themselves by different fucking races and nationalities and shit. When really, our nationality, is Israelites, and it's always been Israelites. Well, you had sons of God, but then going down to Israelites. But from then on, it's always been Israelites. Elam has always been Elam. Esau's always been Esau. Even when you go into the world, white people, they've always called themselves white. Indian niggas, they've always called themselves that. I'm going to go to the last verse, and there's another one that just flashed in my mind. Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. So we're at the end of our punishment. Meaning, once again, we're going to get that luster back. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So now the Lord's going to turn his fury toward Esau. And the thing about Esau, man. And, Esau, his natural state is a fucking caveman. That's his natural state. A man of the field. But us, our natural state is regal and royalty. And even in captivity, you have people that look, you got white bitches that like getting busted down by Jake. You have people that look at Jake as I guess I want to say the higher echelons of Jake, obviously, as a form of royalty, that worship them. Really interesting. A lot of people, the majority of the world fucking take after Jake culture, whether it be using it. Because I know it's like me personally, not to get too personal or anything, but I listen to a lot of Japanese music, like Korean music. Because I'm into transcribing music, and their music goes perfectly with fucking piano. Like, that shit was made for that. But because of that, I listen, and like a lot of them use like trap beats and shit that come from Jake, in like video game music, TV shows, soundtracks, like orchestral type of shit with instruments. I fucking hate rap music, but like with instruments, because a lot of their music, it's instrumental. And I grew up, playing fucking instruments. But a lot of their music uses like trap beats and shit like that. Especially like these video games. And that shit comes from Jake. The scripture said Jake is a former of all things. So, even like what? The world goes after Jake, even in our fucking captivity. But, like scripture said, we're at the end of our punishment. Where's that other one? I think it was in Jeremiah. Let me see here. I think it's chapter 30. Yep. 30 and 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and will heal thee of thy wounds. And going back up, verse 12, for thus said the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. And the wound that our people was hit with was a spiritual one, not just physical, not just mental, but spiritual. That's why, once again, our people cling to anything, any type of culture they can, anything to try to they make up just the wildest fucking crazy shit, but they cling to anything to try to make up for that void that they have in their heart. That's why you have a lot of niggas that go to the streets, that think that that's cool, because they think they find brotherhood in the streets. I think those niggas that's plotting, to bang their pregnant woman, it's brotherhood. But everybody knows, when if you stay in the streets, there's two places you'll end up: in prison, or in a coffin. That's if you have enough money to pay for a fucking coffin, which most likely don't. But the wound that our people was afflicted with was spiritual. And even then, nothing fills that void. There's only one thing that's going to fill that void, and it's the Lord. Nothing else can fill that void. For I restore health unto thee, and will heal thee of thy wounds. It didn't say Martin Luther King would do it, because he was a nigga too. Malcolm X, he didn't say he would do it. Who? What's another nigga that these monkeys worship? I don't fucking know. But what Rosa Parks sitting? What was it? Get to the back of the bus. Like they say that shit will heal it. So the Lord will. And all of these things these people have tried to use as healing ointment hasn't worked anyway. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tent, to have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. Notice that all of this keeps saying how the Lord is going to be the one that's going to heal our people. Once again, nothing that niggas have done, Jay-Z isn't going to do it. What's that nigga, Nipsey Hussle isn't going to do it. He's dead. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he got killed when he went back into the hood that he grew up in or some shit. I think it was Chicago, and he got shot by niggas. Once again, he tried to go back there to help, and he got shot by niggas who he tried to help. Tried to get back to the community and shit. And he got fucking murdered. You got niggas that will, in your grave, in the motherfucker's funeral, go up in his funeral, take his body out, and stomp his dead body, and urinate on him, on his corpse. But something I noticed. A lot of these tough guys will talk tough to their own people, but they ain't gonna do that to Esau. They see all these tough gangsters, all these tough guys with guns. They ain't gonna walk up into a fucking Edomite military complex and talk shit. You wanna know why? Because the majority of you niggas, you're fucking pussies. See, y'all can kill each other, but y'all not gonna walk on the military complex. Y'all not gonna what? Pull up on the military complex. Because all you thugs, you're fucking pussies. I dare you to pull up on Esau's military complex and try that shit. You're all fucking pussies. And that's not, once again, going to how the quality of our people. The majority of our men are fucking weak pussies. Sure, they'll have guns. You know, they can shoot somebody. Majority of them really can't even fight. You know, they got street fighting. You know, you can put up against professional boxers, you know, swinging everywhere and shit. But they have no problem killing each other, but they won't attack they won't attack the enemy. They're weak-minded, they're weak spiritually. They're weak physically. They're faggots. A lot of them are faggots. They are the majority of the men of our people. Is no reason why these nigga women hate them. It's because the majority of them, they are what's that, low value men. But you know what? The men of our nation have always been high value men. You know, those of the Lord has always been high value men. Because you know it's more than just about money. And even niggas who have money will tell you it's more than just about money. What's that nigga? The Godfather Kevin Samuels himself said being a high value man is you need money. Money is defense. But it's more than just about money. About the way you conduct yourself, whether you have honor and integrity. Which these niggas, what's that? There's no honor among thieves. There's no honor among niggerish thieves. But I'm not gonna go on any further. But the whole point is like what like seeing that man, like young men, strung out on fucking drugs before they even. You got so many of these little niggas are getting murked before they're even 25, boy. Dead before 25. These niggas haven't even lived half their life yet, and once again, your environment does play a part of how you turn out. But when you're an adult, you have the ability to make your own decisions. And everybody knows whether they're doing is right or wrong. It's something that's ingrained, that the Lord ingrained in you. But you know, the Lord's he's gonna give our people that luster back, you know? Just, you know, nation full of, and our people living in shacks. But once again, it goes back into you're living in a shack. And when I say low value, you know, weak, you know, men, I'm not talking about like your how much money you have or your living conditions. I mean, sure, the physical state of our people is fucked up and lowly. But it primarily goes into, you know, your character. You know, the inward man, how the majority of these people are filthy. They are low, filthy, fucking rusted over niggas on the inside. Their spirit. Go back here, it says, for I restore health to thee, and I heal thee of thy wounds. You know, once again, going to the curses, you know, the physical curses, but also inwardly. You know, our spiritual wounds. You know, our brothers not having an evil eye toward each other. You know, the women no longer looking at men as you know, fucking shit on a stick. Not even a bump on the log, boy, shit on a stick. But hope is if I'm gonna end there. Hope is if I say y'all pray. You know what? And they're nobles, and no, and they're nobles. Our people, like what? We're gonna have nobles. Once again, going to the quality of the person. You know, there's a saying, something along the lines of how if you get treated like a king, you know, you get treated how you carry yourself. Something along. I know there's you get treated how you treat others, but there's another ones along the lines of how, you know, you get treated how you carry yourself, and that's true. You know, because like what, brothers and sisters in the truth, you know, they carry themselves with a certain manner, and people, you know, have a certain level of respect for them. They might not fucking like you, but they can't deny that you're not you're not a wild nigga. You got people that are assholes too. But hope is that their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near. He shall approach unto me. For who is this that engage his heart to approach unto me, saith the Lord? And ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. But yeah, Lord's gonna rebuild our people. But hope is that fine. Say all praises, glory, and honor. How about Shema Shah, by Shemgak Dash, Dabas Apostle, and teach great middle, so probably learn the truth. Shalom to hope like Israel, and destruction, battle on great America.